Hey y'all. Well, I am sitting here in my office and I am drinking my Russian tea and contemplating this day. It's going to be a busy one. But I wanted to show y'all what I did this weekend. I had 3 huge huge African violets in the kitchen window. Now I have 2, and a whole lot of what I cut, actually, I did not keep. This this is just a fraction of what I could have potted up. Literally, I could have probably have made twice this many, but the smaller leaves and the leaves that were a little crusty around the edges and whatever, I just decided, no, I'm not going to spend that much time and effort on something that I just don't even have room to store at this point. The grow room downstairs, it will be finished up this week, and I've got to reserve every ounce of space because we have literally thousands and thousands of plants to start next week, our little seedlings. This is the best tray. These Voyage seem to be very hardy, the Voyage seed, and especially the Voyage green. I'm very excited about those. But everything else, these never have anything in them. But this is the Roseanne Brown, and you can see lost some of those, and yet we still have some teeny tiny ones coming on. That's just, to me, bizarre. I mean, teeny tiny ones coming on. So they were really slow to germinate. But here again, the Voyage Blue, they look wonderful. And I'm really pleased with these. For my first time attempting to grow the Lizzies, here's some more of the Roseanne Brown. You can see that part of these germinated really well and are big, and then part of them are just teeny tiny. So I don't know, there's no rhyme or reason. I don't know what I did or didn't do that was successful or unsuccessful. I'm just going to take what I have. I figure if I have 50% success with these this year, I will be very happy. If all of them that are going on right now that are showing health make it to the field, I think our success rate will be probably about 70 or 80%. So then down here on the bottom shelf, I have the trays of fodder. I haven't been real deliberate with the fodder this week, so I have another jar soaking on the counter that I've got to put in little trays. But I've got to keep up with this because the geese, or the peacocks especially, they love this and they need this. As far as the birds go, I'm going to get a roll of hardware cloth this week, and I am going to build some little it's kind of a raised garden in reverse. It's just going to be like a lid that I will set down over top of an area that I plant seed on, so it'll lift it about 4 to 6 inches, and then I'm going to put some compost down, scratch in some grain to grow, cap that down over top of it, and then when it comes up through the hardware cloth, the geese will be able to just pull and eat, and the chickens too, they will also, but they'll be able to pull it and eat it. And when they've exhausted that area, hopefully there'll be another one ready and coming on and popping through for them to start again, and I'll just keep restarting seed in those things. And that's my goal for next year, is to keep something green growing for those babies all the time. They just emptied out. There's nothing growing right now, and the grass is beginning to turn green, but there's nothing growing in the bird yard, and I don't want that to be the case this next year. They need more green than that. All right, let me take you through here, and I will show you one of the violets that I had gotten all these starts from, or that's like one that I got all these starts from. This is what it looked like. And this is a cascading violet. I had never seen one before until my friend Crystal had given one to my mom. And actually, if you put it up on like a little pedestal, it'll just keep, you can see how those leaves are just really, really hanging down. They just keep going down. But at this point, this one's got to be trimmed out considerably also, because it reaches the point where it's putting more energy into just keeping the leaves growing instead of keeping the blooms. And I really want those beautiful little pink blooms just all over the place. And this is a little new one that I that I started for myself, and believe it or not, within a year's time it will look like that. That's how prolific these little guys are. They just grow so very, very fast. Look at my windowsill. This oh, I started a bulb a couple of months ago from Tractor Supply, a hyacinth. I have never before purchased a hyacinth. Every time I go in the grocery store or anywhere where they're sitting, I always have to stop and sniff of them. It smells like spring to me. I love the smell of a hyacinth. So this time I thought, you know what, I'm going to grow one of those little dudes and have it in my windowsill and be able to just sniff to my heart's content. But this windowsill looks like my windowsill always looked when my kids were growing up. And this is, you know, Chelsea. she got all this little mossy stuff off the ground, off some limbs that had fallen the other day. And apparently it has some kind of medicinal properties that that she and Aurora turn into some kind of a relief for congestion. I'm not sure exactly anything about it, but there it is. It's in my windowsill. And a feather. That's just funny. But anyway, I'm excited about these little violets. I figure we'll probably, by Mother's Day, they should have taken control. They should have taken root. And there's my other green ready to go onto a little container today, or several little containers, and start its growth. With fodder, it's really a good idea to keep a little bit growing every day. I'm just kind of doing it every few days because I usually start 2 or 3 trays out of that one soak. I've just piled up everywhere, y'all. But I did finish going through all my paperwork this weekend, and I'm so proud of myself. And that means everything is together now for tax season. And this year is kind of unusual because Chelsea is the tax person. She does all the business planning and all the business work and everything for our little business here. And this is the first year ever that I did have to gather up all the tax stuff, and I tried to sort it the best I could for her. But it is all in her hands. Y'all, I'm going to turn around and look at you because you need to see me. I don't even know I haven't looked at my hair today. So anyway, that makes me so very happy because tax season is always that time of year that just makes my stomach hurt. And so this year I don't have to do it. Chelsea's doing it. I love my daughter. I don't know why she wants to do it, but she enjoys that sort of thing. Just like Aiden Connor. He is in school for something called some kind of forensic accounting. I don't understand it at all. And I asked him, I said, Aiden, what do you find enjoyable about something that complicated? Because he was trying to explain to me how it works. And he said, oh, yeah, it's fascinating. It's like working a puzzle. All right, y'all. I'll let you look at some beautiful little violets. But anyway, I love my people. I don't understand the whole mathematical gene. It skipped me. Somebody in, actually, I don't think it was somebody in my lineage. None of my family are really mathematical. Maybe my youngest brother, that's 4 years older than I am. But there's some in the background somewhere. You know, Hugh's family, being here in Appalachia, it's kind of interesting to know Hugh's daddy was the youngest of 11 children, and he was the only one of those 11 children that did not have a college degree. I find that so fascinating, y'all. Just imagine that. I mean, all those years ago, I mean, Hugh's daddy would have been 93 this year, and he was the youngest of the 11, and I think his oldest brother was maybe like 17 years older than he was. So, I mean, that's pretty phenomenal for all of those children in this little southern Appalachian Valley. Farmers, they were farmers, to actually graduate from high school and then to go on to get a 4-year college degree. And I think most all of them went to Cullowhee, which is now Western Carolina University, but then it was Cullowhee College. But I think that's pretty interesting. So somewhere in our background, there was probably some math people. All right, y'all. I just wanted to say good morning. I wanted to show you my violets. And look at that. They're just crazy. And they're super, super easy. Violets are super easy to propagate. If y'all have violets and they're really full, like that one in my windowsill, they do need, if you want them to bloom better, you do need to thin them. And you can thin them in whole groupings like this. Let me show you. Like this one, that's actually, you know, you can see that it's a little start in and of itself. Or you can, actually most of those are, or you can just cut the leaves off and start several leaves in a little pot. But however you choose to do it, just keep your soil damp. That one might need a little bit of water. And keep them in not a really, really bright facing window, but a room with lots of ambient light in it. And maybe give them a little fertilizer after a couple of weeks when the roots start developing. Maybe once a week give them a light fertilizer. And pretty soon you will have tons of little African violets that you can pass on to your friends and family. A lot of these will be given away, and some of them we will probably take to market and take to the 2 little locations that we sell through. And yeah, and actually just attempt to sell them maybe for $5 a violet. I don't know. But I will, the photograph that you're going to see at the front of this video will be a picture of what these will at some point look like. Well, you saw it in the kitchen windowsill, except those weren't blooming like they should, and neither actually is the photograph I'm going to put at the front of this video. When they're really in full bloom, it's just a riot of pink. It's just totally covered in tiny little pink blooms, and they're beautiful. All right, y'all. I'm just kind of dragging my feet and resisting what I need to do today. I keep getting up. I'm going to make y'all drunk. What I need to do today, and Chelsea, as soon as she gets here, we're going to go down and take care of it, is to take the plastic off the outside edges of this building where our peahen and our peacock is at, where our peahens and peacock is at. And because that black, especially that black plastic, is heating that up way too much. And we're going to take the plastic off of the door. My long range forecast on AccuWeather says that we're going to be in the 50s and 60s through mid-March. And you keep saying, now you know you can't totally count on that. I know, but I'm gonna cross my fingers and hope for it. So anyway, we're going to give these peacocks some air circulation in there, and I may end up actually having to install some kind of an opening in the back on this side. Let me see, right there somewhere, so that I have some pull through, some air pull through. But anyway, it's been getting up in the 70s in there on just a regular 40-degree day, so I know we can't let it get that hot in there. It's going to have to stay down at least in the 70s, if not the 60s. I don't want it to be more than 5 degrees warmer in there than it is outside. But anyway, all right, again, y'all have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day, and let's get her done. Love you much. Bye-bye.